here, just the one space, so I just spend one command. I'm going to take this good, which I'm going to place here on my bases track, and I control this space now.
Okay.
Okay, I think I'm going to move as well. I'm going to warp my world ship here, place it on my seas track, and it's going to cost me 2 command to follow.
Okay, I'm just going to take money. Can you hand me 5 credits?
5 credits coming up.
Okay, pass the commanding token.
You can check your account. I think your credits have been updated.
Oh, excellent.
All right, so I think for my turn,
I have a total of 7.
I'm going to do a card action. So I'm ready. Here we go. I'm going to do a card action at Corlozan. The action is to recruit the Marooned. The cost is I have to have a unit or a ship, so I have my world ship in the Corlozan system, and I have to pay a credit, and I had 2 left over, so I'm still good. It lets me place 1 influence on Corlozan, so we'll do that. And without further ado, I'm going to take the Resian Zealots. Now, these guys are really cool, so I like their power a lot. Let me show you them. So they're going to cost 4 for each one that I want to recruit. They're going to give me a die, and they have 2 power per unit. And then I don't have the ally power. If I lose a battle, I'm going to gain a victory point, and then I'll have 2 victory points if I still control them. Their special ability on the units, though, I really like. These are the only units that can move around in spaces without ships. So I guess they have like rocket-powered feet or something.
Yes. They wear these giant suits that help them fly. I don't know.
Second part of the card then is I get to roll a die. If I get a 3 or higher, I also get to reset my command. Come on, here we go. Yes,
Oh.
3 or higher, just barely. Woo. Got it. Okay,
Excellent.
Cool. So that's it for me. Card action.
Okay, so it's my turn. Now I have these cards here. Now you'll see that I have 2 cards that say action on them, the Silas card and the Measle 3, stock purchases and world ship upgrade. Now neither Measle 3 nor Silas have been revealed, but they are out there. I just have to find them, so I can sort of plan for that later. But I have this other card. I just wanted to point this out. This is a mission, and if I complete this mission, it's not an action. I play it immediately. So this mission says trigger. It triggers when I win a battle on Tan Fu, and because Tan Fu and Measle 3 are enemies in the story of the game. And then if I did that, I would gain 1 influence on Measle 3 and gain a victory point. So those are not available. I can't really follow his card play action, unfortunately. So I have to go back to one of these follow actions. Now, last time I collected money, my command, how's that? Well, I'm about the middle of the road here. I have 2 command left, so I don't necessarily need to do that quite. So Starfarer is only 2. I'm going to get one of those. No, you know, I changed my mind. I want the Star Sloop, which costs 3. Now, getting another Star Sloop will help me move around more easily and help me explore. And I'm actually going to build it on my world ship.
I'm going to collect income, and I have 1 city built, which means my income is now 6.
Yeah, you're making more money.
Okay, it's our turn again. And so we have a couple actions here. Let's go through these. So we have move, which we've done many times. Build. Draw. I could draw up to my hand limit, which is 4. I have 3 cards, so I don't really want to do that yet.
The other thing about that, though, is if you do draw cards, you do get to draw attribute cards. 2 of them.
Yes, that's true. That stretch goal, which I'm hoping that we reach. I'm sure by the time I post this video, we'll probably already be there. If you, that's how you get attribute cards. I could get another one of those if I draw. Okay, I could play the card action like I had before. I could recruit, and this time I could recruit at any number of units, or I could do a diplomacy action, which is actually what I am going to do. So diplomacy action, how does that work? Well, I look at my cards, and I can play any number of these cards.
Discarding them for their power value.
Yes, discarding. You take the sum of the power, and then you roll a die, and if the die result is lower than the sum of the power, you get to place an influence. And this is a good way to place an influence on a planet that you don't have a card for, which I currently don't. And now remember, last time, Brenna, I placed an influence here, and I was allied with these, and then Brenna immediately took it away. So for me to take it back, I would have to put 2 more here. But there actually is a motivation just to even put 1, because if players are tied for most influence, you still get the victory points when we score, the Allied victory points. So I'm actually going to discard both of these cards. The sum of those 2 cards is 6. I don't actually even need to roll because there's no way I could roll lower than 6, or higher than 6, I mean.
So it's important just to correct something that in the sum of the cards, the power, it has to be lower than or equal to that sum. And if you get that, then you get it. I think you had previously said it has to be lower than, but it's equal to or lower than.
I'm sorry. It is equal to or lower than. So that was 6, and I rolled a 6, so I am good to go. Now, for this action, I also have to have a unit in the system, which I do. I had the world ship there and this sloop, so I will place 1 influence. Now, I don't get the token. I don't get the ally because I didn't overtake her influence.
And
but
this
at least
time, I am going to recruit some new units. So when you recruit units, you can recruit to your world ship or any area where you have buildings. So I have a building right here. Or is it also areas you control? Remind me.
So it is areas you control that have at least 1 building.
Okay. So I can't recruit there.
Right.
But I can recruit to there, and I can recruit to my world ship.
That's right.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend 4 to get one of these Centinian researcher units that I can recruit because I am allied with Centina.
Right.
So I'm going to spend 4 to build one of those on Emrock, and I'm going to spend another 2 to get just one of my basic Starfarers on there with him. So that will cost me 6. And then I think I will also get another star sloop, which is 3. And another Starfarer, which is another 2.
So there's 5.
So that's 5 that I'm spending there. Which leaves me with 1 credit and a couple different more units that can defend areas that I control or travel around some more. So.
Right.
Now I had a tough decision before because I was either going to move in here so that I could play that card, but I had to have a unit there, and that's what let me place that influence. Now I have control of these units. I could have moved this little guy into here, taking it over immediately without having to fight Brenna, and then she wouldn't have been able to build here. So now I'm having a little bit of some growing pains, some regrets.
Yeah, now she's well defended over there.
She's well defended. It's okay. I think I still like my decision better because now I can buy Varisian Zealots. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to buy one of those Varisian Zealots. I'm going to put it on my world ship, and that cost me 4, and then I still have 3 left. So I think with another 3, my basic units cost what, 2, right? Do I build? I think I'm going to go ahead and build a star sloop. So that costs 3. We're going to put that. I'm still within the stacking limit. I have 3 units, and the world ship's always in addition to, so it doesn't count against that stacking limit. And that's the rest of my money. So thank you, Brent. I'm glad I took money right before you did that.
So I am going to recruit, because I don't want to be left behind here and leave my territories open too much. So I'm actually going to recruit 2 Starfarers, which costs 4 credits. So I'll get these Starfarers, and I will place 1 over here. We talked about the unit limit, right?
I just barely mentioned it, but
the
basically
3. Yeah. So you can't have more than 3 units on a space, except for the world ship doesn't count for that. So I put 1 there, and that puts the total to 3, and I put 1 here, which is the total 2. I don't have to worry about the world ship. It doesn't count. Okay.
Great. All right, awesome. Here we go. So I'm going to do another card action, but my card action is kind of cool. It's a Tanlock card, but Tanlock's not even out. But this one doesn't require me to have to be on Tanlock to play. It's called Mind Washers. It does cost a credit. Oh my goodness!
You do not have it.
Hey, do you mind if we do a takey take back here? I'm going to takey take back my sloop. Oh, this is so bad. I feel embarrassed, but not too embarrassed to do it.
Yeah, I already did that.
I'm going to do that. So I'm going to get that 1 unit for 2 instead of 3. So I still have the credit. So I can now play this card because I want to show it's a neat effect. So it costs 1 credit, so I'm going to do that. And then I get to perform a standard move action to attack a capital region, but not Tanlock. I don't have to lose influence for attacking this region, which is really nice. So because these guys are on the world ship, they can just move down to the planet's surface without a ship, because the world ship's right adjacent to it. And that's going to cost me just 1 command to move down. So I have these 2 units. I'm going to attack. Now, if I attacked a capital space, I would lose my influence, but because this card has that special, I do not lose influence.
So thematically, you ran into some of these people, and they have sort of mind-altering abilities, and you paid them to sort of help you get in here, attack these people, and sort of help them forget that you did that.
So I mind wipe the robots.
Yes.
How does that work?
Well, no, I mean these are suits.
Oh,
Yeah,
they're suits.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
yeah. Cool. All right, so here we go. I have two dice, symbols for these units. So we're gonna roll, and someone's gonna roll for one of these region zealots. Yes, I got a 6 as my highest roll. So did they, but I have a 6 plus 1 and plus 2, so 6 plus 3. I'm at 9. They have a 6 plus 2, so they're at 8 right now.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna play a card, and Brenda's gonna add a random one.
Okay, what do we got here?
Go.
This is
Three.
it.
Oh, no!
Ouch.
What are the chances?
Are you tied?
Well, I had 9
You had
plus
9?
3 is 12.
Yeah.
And they had 8 plus 4 is 12.
Yeah,
so,
that's a tie.
so I lose the battle. So I have to retreat all my units to my world ship, which is right there close.
Yeah.
But now the next time I do a battle here,
You're gonna lose the influence.
I'm going to lose my influence.
Yeah.
I needed to win that. But since I lost the battle, I can either keep my card that I played here,
The battle card,
the
yeah.
battle card, or I can draw a new card. And I think I'm going to take a risk here. Because I
Draw a
like to
new
be
one.
impetuous. And I want to draw a new card. All right, I'm going to keep that.
Okay.
Because I don't have a choice. I have to keep it.
You have to keep it. Okay, our turn. We get to choose. Gosh, we're really low on cards, which makes me want to draw. You know what? I'm going to draw. So I will take 3 cards. So what did we get here? We got a Tanlock card. We got a Emrock card and a Corlozan card. That's good. We can use those. And then I get to choose one new attribute from these cards. So this is exhaustive. Control a planet region with at least one of each building type, or integrated, have built at least 2 of each building type. I think this one sounds a little more difficult because we have to... Building 3 buildings in one region would be somewhat challenging. You'd have to have a place that had 3 victory points in order to do that in most cases. So we're going to discard that and keep this one where we have to have built at least 2 of each building type. Right now we've only built 1 building, so we've got a ways to go, but that's sort of our long-term plan. This is a crazy idea, but we're gonna warp the world ship over here to Andrew's location.
That's a good spot, yeah.
And we're gonna have a battle, a world ship battle.
World
Okay.
ship versus world ship. So we get 2 dice, or do you have anything? You don't have any bases on there.
I don't.
Wish I
So
had.
bases add to your world ship if they're on there, but I don't have any. So the basic world ship has 2 dice and 1 power. So we both roll.
5 and a 6.
Yes!
Oh.
Terrible. So I got 1. All right. So I'm going to play. My chances of winning are really small. So and I both have 2 here on both of them. So
Good thing you're playing with your cards face up.
I know. So you can really It's a real secret. Let's see.
We are each adding 1 power from our world ship.
Yeah. So my total was 2, and yours is 7. Is that right? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a risky move. I mean, I knew it was sort of not a great decision. Okay. Turn this card over. 1. And that puts you at 8, and me at 4.
Yeah.
Okay, so I lost.
I gain a victory point.
Yes, you get a victory point. So that was a bad decision. The reason I chose to do that, though, is I have this mission card here where if you win a space battle, then you can complete this objective. Oh, okay, this is pretty blurry. You'll play 1 influence on Tanlock. You'll place 1 influence on Tanlock and gain 4 credits. So if I had won that battle, it would have been really great for me. I could have placed influence on Tanlock because they like to go around and raid these different planets and these different people, and they would have been happy with me if I would have done that. So I failed. So I have to retreat
With your world ship.
with my world ship to the closest empty space region, and if there are multiple that are the same, I can choose. So I'll go here.
So first, all the places that I have a cube, I'm going to get points. So here I've got 1. There's a little flag symbol. So 1. Over here we got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then up here, 7, 8, 9 for control. Then I add any allies that I've gained control of. So I have one ally, so I get 2 more points. So 10, 11. And then I add all the buildings I've built. So I have, I'm just continuing to add to the number. So from 11, I got 12, 13, 14. But then I lose 1.
Because you have a negative.
I have a negative, so I'm down to 13. So I get 13 points, and I also had 1 from winning. I have won 2 battles at this point.
From
maybe
moving
even
around.
I might have forgotten to actually get a point. That's okay. So I'm at 14, 15 points. So I basically collect 13 more points.
So what are the final scores here?
For the halfway point of the game, let's see.
I'm at 16. Brenna's at 19.
13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18.
18. So I'm behind, but I could catch up. I'm not that far behind.
It's not like you're running a
Pretty close race.
camera at the same time you're trying to play your board or something.
And it's also true that if you put just one more influence on either Centina or Mrock, then I would lose a bunch of points.
Yeah.
That's
So
true.
That would take me down.
That's true. And I'm set up pretty, I've got a good setup for the rest of the game. I have all these cards that match the planets, and I have a presence in many of these systems, so it'll be easy to play the cards. Well, thank you for joining us in this playthrough video. This sort of gives you an idea of some of the things that go on in the game. We didn't really get to the event cards that come out in the decks. Those come out and they change the game in different ways. They'll go to a specific system.
Here's actually the top card of the deck.
Okay,
is
there we
one.
go. So this is in Corlozan. There are some riots. So what does this do? Well, it means when there are riots going on, you can't build on that planet, and players may attempt to stop the riots when adding influence to this place. So this means when you add an influence, you roll a die. If it's 4 or higher, then you get 2 points and you discard this card. So, and there'll be some flavor text at the bottom. This one happens to not quite have it yet. So I would place this Corlozan on Corlozan right here. Corlozan is sort of a planet where tons of lost spacers sort of end up because there's a wormhole nearby and it sort of spits them out here. And so there are a lot of people that are stuck here, and so occasionally riots will happen because the people are in need, and there's a lot of chaos going on in this place. So anyway, that gives you an idea of what goes on in the game. Thank you very much. Be sure to check out the Kickstarter page, and
Thanks to everybody who's back so far.
yes, thank you so much, and we will see you later. Bye.
See ya.
Bye.